Kris and Kel. I'm Kris.
I'm Kel.
And we are here. We're still working on Pleasant Picnic here. And Faye. No, not Faye. What's her name? Ray.
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 You were close.
I was close. And Nova's here.
Nova.
Nova's my dog now. She loves me. I'm her favorite auntie.
Yes, you are.
So, yeah, we just got done eating some amazing pizza and salad.
Yes.
And
so good.
we're chilling.
Mm-hmm. Are you ready for some football?
No.
Football's back. Football's back. It's my saving grace.
So every Sunday is going to be football, huh?
Yes, and it's so funny. Okay, so yesterday was the first preseason game for the Steelers this year, and I put it on, but I'm a yeller. I will yell at the TV, clap, all the things. And when we first got Nova in December, obviously there was still football on, but because she came from an abusive household, like, she did not like the yelling, the clapping, the loud noises. So yesterday, I wasn't like, I was into it, but I wasn't
but it's preseason.
It's preseason. I'm just like, no one get hurt, please.
Yeah.
They mostly don't have any starters in anyway. They're just trying out.
Were the Steelers playing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they played.
Do you only watch the Steelers, or you watch all the games?
I don't. I primarily watch the Steelers.
Mm-hmm.
Neither of my kids are football fans, so I don't have really any reason to watch any other teams unless I'm with other people that like football.
Okay.
But I think as the season progresses, like, I may, tune into more, or just.
I can't believe Elijah doesn't watch football. He doesn't like football.
He likes it.
Not enough
but
to watch
he doesn't have a team.
Oh, that's so weird.
I know, and I don't. It's strange because me and his dad are big football fans, and have always watched football.
Yeah.
But and Alana even had the New York Giants as her team, picked from back in the day, but she doesn't really follow along. Her boyfriend is a Raider fan. My best friend is a Raider fan. So I'm sure I will be watching Raider games. And my best friend's son is a 49er fan. So, I mean, there's a lot of football fans, in my group. But, and I like it as background noise sometimes too.
Okay.
I don't know. It's like a comforting thing to me to have football on.
Sorry, so back to Nova and the yelling.
Oh, thank you. So yesterday I had the game on, and when we scored a touchdown, I would go, yay, but not like crazy. And I would go, yay, and she would look at me.
Yeah.
And she is such like a reader of emotions.
Yeah.
Like, when I walk through the door, she'll look at me, or like trying to read me, see where I'm at. And not like I have a super big range of emotions, but like if I'm sad, she knows I'm sad, and she'll try to comfort me.
Aww.
So yesterday during the game, I would yell, but not in a way that I couldn't control myself. So I was trying to get her accustomed to that life.
Breaking her in slowly.
Because I'm like, I'm sorry, girl. I love you, but I don't know if I can contain myself. So, yeah, I think it'll be fine.
Hi, Mama.
And it's like, I mean, even I'll go, oh, dang it. Like, if I mess up doing something, and she'll look at me. So, I mean, it's not all the cheering is happy cheering.
Right.
You're like, I like being in this corner, Mom. I could sit right next to you. And she's so tall.
She's so cute.
She's getting a lot more attached to me. Like, she's I've been doing a little research on Dobermans. They're called Velcro dogs because they attach. And they're attached to like really specifically one person the most. And then they have, their family that goes from out there. But They're also known for stealing. So she will now steal my sandals.
Oh, wow.
She's been taking Sunny's sandals, but she won't grab a lot of sandals. She'll grab the boys' socks.
But she doesn't chew them up. She just takes them.
She will if
she
she
will.
has enough time.
Okay.
Like she got a hold of my my sandals with the cats flipping off. You know, the cat is flipping you off.
Yeah.
And she did get kind of the side going a little bit. But I mean, you know, the ones that you hate.
Yes. Tear those bad boys up, Nova. Tear them up.
They're so thick. I don't know if she can. She's tried.
Come on, Nova. Come on, baby. Go get him. Go get him.
Like if I hand her my, I will hand her my new sandal and she'll take like, and she thinks it's the best thing in the world. Or like if,
It's okay. It's okay.
or like if little, you know, you finish a box of something, like a box of crackers.
Yeah.
I'm breaking down the box and I'll hand it to her and she'll take off with it.
Aww.
And she just loves like, even like a small water bottle.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Or
which is
her.
not the greatest because then she
It's
thinks
loud as
it's
heck.
hers.
Yeah. Yeah.
But she likes to steal things, and then she thinks it's the best thing in the planet, on the planet. So she's my little klepto.
That's funny.
But and you know, I was speaking of noises.
I know.
She itchy.
Nova. Nova, come here.
You okay?
You want me to scratch you? You want me to scratch you?
She loves when
Give
I
me
have my
scratches.
nails on. Oh my gosh. And like they only live till about 8 years old or so.
I know.
Because this guy,
Great Danes too.
this guy was saying like this generation of Dobermans, like as time goes on, he said they don't live that long.
Oh.
And I was like, oh man, I gotta take like super good care of her.
Yeah.
And make sure she sticks around as long as possible.
I know.
But yeah, she's my girl. And sometimes I'm like, she'll look at me and stare me in my eyeballs, and I'm like, what do you want? You've eaten, you've gone out. And so, a lot of the times, it's just love.
Right.
Like, she'll stare at me, and I'm dying of pain. I'm like, no, please.
Yeah, that's what they say when dogs look at you like that. Like, it's like they love
Like,
you.
Yeah. So her and my thing is like, she has a chair that's really just for her. No one else sits in it. And so when she looks at me like that, I sit on the edge of the chair and I give her love. And then for like 5 minutes, and then she'll jump down and start playing with her toy. And that's all she wanted.
Yeah.
Was that love. And I'm like, well, I'm here for it too. I'm here for it too. Because when I'm giving love, I'm getting love. So yeah, she's my sweetheart. Yeah, I took her and got her rabies shot and all her things, so she's current.
That's good.
Which I needed to do anyway for her to get her surgery, which is still scheduled for Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
Which I think I'm gonna have to leave it because I can't afford.
Yeah.
I can't afford $2,000, and I know. And thank you
heck
for.
no.
And thank you for.
2,000.
That's $1,200. I think was a quote that I got for surgery. Yeah, for spay. Yeah, and it goes based on weight too. They want to know what
That's
they weigh.
ridiculous.
I know. And we've talked about this before, and I want to say thank you to all of the people's recommendations, you know, and that's how we got her appointment is through one of those low income, you know, places. But that's why we're having to wait till December too. And I think being out here in the desert, like we're not in a high metropolis area. We're not in LA, you know, to where there's like all these options.
Yeah.
We're pretty limited. So it's going to be fine. I mean, she's going to have her last period before surgery here pretty soon because it's about every 6 months, which I thought it was more often than that. But that's what the vet said. He said every 6 months. So she's going to have one again and then hopefully never again.
That's good.
I hope I can say the same for myself too. Here pretty soon.
Right?
Yeah. And we were talking about your lack of energy and some people were recommending or saying how you might be going through menopause, but you've already done that.
I already been there, done that.
Yeah, so I just wanted to update the people.
Oh, yeah, no, I don't even have hot flashes anymore. Yeah, that's beautiful.
I'm not looking forward to that.
Hot flashes suck, man. They suck.
I already run hot anyway.
You know, I never ran hot. I was always cold. I went through menopause.
You were always cold.
I was always cold. I would take a sweater with me wherever I went because I was always cold.
Wow.
And then I went through menopause at 42, and now I don't have hot flashes and stuff anymore, but I am always warm. I run warm.
Okay.
But then in the winter, I'll be cold, you know.
True.
So I feel like I finally leveled out when it comes to that. You know, I take like protein powder, and I have flaxseed and chia seeds and all this stuff that I put in my smoothie.
That's good.
I'm trying a bunch of things. I was low on vitamin D, so they gave me a supplement for that.
Oh,
I take once a
week.
week.
You did find that out, right?
That I took more blood work today, so we'll see if anything else comes back. But yeah, it's good times. I don't know what the hell's wrong with me.
Don't they say most people are low on D?
Probably, yeah. Because actually, the two girls I worked with the other night, and they both take vitamin D, but they take D3. I have D2 deficiency.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I don't know the difference, but yeah.
Yeah, when I was working at the acupuncturist, we had vitamin D3.
I think that's probably common.
With K, because I think vitamin K allows you to absorb the vitamin D.
Okay.
Without it, it's like just flushing out.
Okay.
That's from what I remember. But yeah. Oh, but I wanted to make sure, because I don't know if this is the last video that we're going to record for this visit. But I wanted to make sure that I told you guys about this particular person I found on YouTube. He goes by the Narc Nemesis. He's this guy out of Houston, Texas. He's a truck driver. So he's always on the road, but he records these like 15-minute videos, 10, 15-minute videos. And he was in a relationship with a narcissist. And I was telling Kris while we were eating lunch, like, I've found a lot of great people on YouTube that talk about narcissism and being in that abusive relationship. But this guy, to me, is the equivalent of actually talking with someone who has gone through it versus a lot of these other people are like reading a textbook. You could still learn that way, and it's helpful as like a good foundation, I think, but the stuff that he says is so like resonating with me that I had to share that with any of you that may, you know, need that type of help too. Yeah, his name is Terrell Andretti, and he also does music, and he actually wrote 2 songs about his experience with a narcissist. I haven't listened to them yet, but bless you. Bless you. So I like the stuff he says. I'm just like, I needed to hear this. Yes, like all of it makes sense. He talks about triangulation. He talks about why they go to people that aren't as good as you are. Like they downgrade. It just like, I just can't speak enough about how much he's helped me. And he doesn't just teach you about it, he tells you you're better than that. Like go no contact. If you contact them if you respond to anything they do, text, call, email, social media, if you respond to any of it, you are still feeding. You are still a supply for them. So he's really, really, really helped me understand and know that my strength lies in the no contact. And to the point where I went in my phone and I put in last contact with him. So I have a date in my phone. And I feel like it's I don't want to, you know, disrespect anyone, but like people who are in recovery and know that the last day that they had a drink
Right.
or took a hit or whatever,
yeah,
that's my last day.
Yeah.
And it feels so
Your recovery
good.
date.
Yes. That's it.
Yeah.
So he's been texting me, and I even heard from her, which sent me into that trigger mode 2 weeks ago or whatever it was, where I called Kris.
And go.
So I was talking about that YouTube guy.
Yes.
So I'll make sure to put his info down below, but he's really good. He's been very inspirational to me these last couple weeks.
And that book you were listening to, The Devil.
Yes.
With the Devil, did you finish it?
I didn't. I have to be in a certain mood for that one.
Okay. I have it on my list on
But I totally like agree with it. Like I have to take it in small bits. I did finish a book, like a for fun book, on just a couple days ago. That was really good. Like usually I could predict, you know, the twists and turns and stuff in a story, a movie, or a book. But this one I was surprised by. And then I just downloaded or got a new Audible book because I have so many credits. I'm trying to get a good blend of listening for enjoyment and then listening for self-help.
Right.
You know, because I have to be careful.
Yeah, I listened to
Unmissing by McKenna Kent. Unmissing. It was a good book. No, it's okay. Nobody's here. And then I just downloaded The Wife Between Us, which is a woman who is married and now her ex-husband has a new, like, younger, beautiful wife. But the thing I like about this author is, even though I think the thing I like about McKenna Kent is every other chapter is the other person. So
yes,
yeah, it'll be like this one, that one, this, and so you get both perspectives. I love that.
I've read,
and it's like easier to follow.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Oh, I've been listening to The Body Keeps the Score. That trauma book.
We talked about that.
That book is 16 hours long to listen to.
Oh, wow.
So I am like an hour. I think I've done like 6 hours of it. I have more, but same thing. I have to be in the mood, and it will kind of bring me, because it's always about talking about trauma and what it does and people's stories, and so that one can wear on me.
Yeah.
So
I get that.
Yeah. So I've been doing more podcasts now that I'm like driving again. So I'm trying to catch up with those.
Yeah, you were saying how you've been listening to
This Is Actually Happening.
This Is Actually Happening.
Yeah. I love that. I love that podcast. It's so good. If you guys haven't listened to it, it's really good.
And there's such a wide range of topics.
Absolutely.
Oh my gosh. I listened to one, and I'm not going to go into detail, but I listened to one that was about people who are attracted to disgusting things. Yeah, I'm not going to speak on it, but they were talking about some stuff I never wanted to be into, and I mean, if that's what they're into, that's fine. But it really, like, shit I never even thought of, and would never think of. So I like that. And you can pick and choose by the topic.
Yes,
absolutely. So if something doesn't ring your bell, then don't listen to it.
There's like one that says, what if you discovered the antidote to like rattlesnakes, like venom or what? I don't know what it was, but something like to that effect. So I was like, oh, that's interesting. You know?
Or one was like, what if you had to leave your kid behind? Or like, there's just So many.
There
so
are.
many.
It's really good.
And they're like an hour, if that.
Yeah, some aren't even that long.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, so it really kind of, those are great because it takes you out of yourself. Like, especially if you're in like a really woe is me time, you know, really like hating your life or whatever.
Yeah. Or
Like,
if you're alone and having hard times.
Yes. When you listen to those, you're like, wow, like this is what other people are going through.
Definitely.
You know, and have made it out from.
Yes.
You know, aren't worse off, you know, or yeah, I mean, just different perspective. Perspective is everything. Taking a few steps back has changed my outlook for sure.
Yeah.
You know, really, if you're too close to something, you can't see it.
Oh, for
Think
sure.
of your life like a diamond painting.
Yeah.
If you're in it, all you see is dots. Take a step back, you see the whole damn thing, and it gives you a whole different perspective on what's going on.
I was just listening to one where this girl, she was actually being sex trafficked, and she didn't even realize it.
Wow.
She ended up like dating a guy, then he ended up becoming like her pimp, and then she's being like, you know, given to these men, and then she's thinking, oh, this guy takes care of me, and then this guy wants to pay me money, but she's not like,
wow,
it was crazy. But she comes from a bad background with her father, you know, so it was just so crazy. And at the end, she's like, how the hell did I not, you know, like, how did I get there?
She was
figure it out, you know, and she went from pimp to pimp to pimp, and it was.
And she thought she was being cared for by these people.
She was looking for love.
Okay.
Yeah. So, you know, okay, this guy is taking care of me. That's cool. And she's like, and at times, I think I'm the one coming up. Like, I think I'm the one getting over on these people.
Wow.
You know? So that one was really, really interesting. I sent it to my daughter, and it just makes me so scared. Like, sex trafficking is such a scary thing. And, like, I just think about my granddaughters. Oh my gosh, I am like so paranoid of them like talking to people online, and you know, when they're older.
Yes.
You know, I was telling my daughter the other day, like, you guys are really gonna have to monitor these kids when it comes to having a phone and internet, and it's so scary out there. They just start. Oh, that girl Alicia Navarro. I think her name's Alicia Navarro or Alicia Navarro or something. The girl that ran away in, I believe it was Arizona, 4 years ago. She ran away, left a note. She had autism, like high functioning autism. She ran away, and 4 years later, she walks into, I think it was Colorado, into a police station because she wanted to get an ID, and she had to basically say, "Hey, I'm her. Take me off the missing report, you know, missing persons thing, because I'm not missing, and I need to go get an ID, and you guys are gonna flag it, and you know."
Right.
Yeah. And she was with like a 36-year-old man, staying with him.
So she went willingly.
She did, and she was not missing. You know, she was missing, but she freely went, supposedly. But my thing is, yeah, she walked out of her house freely, but she's under the control of a man, a grown man.
And how old was she?
She was like 14 when this happened.
Oh, wow.
And now she's 18. So I mean, it's such a blessing she's alive, but my God, can you imagine her poor mother?
Oh my gosh. And how, like she probably met this man online.
She did.
Oh,
she did. She met him gaming, I think.
See,
because she was very antisocial. She was very shy, and the only people that she spoke with was on the computer and gaming. And so, yeah, of course, that's how she met somebody, you know. And then he goes and takes her, and I guess she had been in the area for a little while because people were like getting sightings of her, and they haven't released all the details and when the heck she went to Colorado, but just insane.
So. Like, okay, so where are we at? Like, are they going to go after him because she was underage?
They haven't said, because they still need to figure out, like, has she been with this guy the whole time? Has it been someone else?
Right.
And, you know, they
could
don't
have been elsewhere.
Exactly.
Yeah.
She could have been with someone else and then, you know, ran into this person.
Wow.
And it's, we don't know the story yet.
Fascinating.
But I guess her mom flew up there to go see her, you know. But she doesn't want to go back to Arizona. And she's now 18, so she doesn't have to do anything.
Right.
I just,
I can't imagine my daughter doing that and just not like having any contact with me.
I know, right?
But
that's what I'm saying. Like
what kind of
girls
relationship?
don't understand what they're into.
Right.
You know, and because they're, even if they are being physically hurt, they just still, sometimes it's love, or I love this guy, or he loves me, and this is just the bad thing, you know, I have to deal with in this relationship, and it's crazy. But anyway.
Should I told myself for years, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
You know, because they know what to say.
Yeah.
They know what to say, and they know how to make you feel a certain way.
Yeah.
You know, but wow.
Yeah, very interesting. I had just watched her, like, Dateline or 48 Hours or whatever,
How did I miss
a year
her?
ago.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Wow.
So.
I mean, I'm going to be, you know, dating eventually at some point, and I wouldn't trust anyone I met online. I mean, I can't.
I've met so many people online, though.
I know.
And that's the thing. You're online, I'm online. There's a lot of decent people out there.
I know, but for a purpose of dating, I just feel like, I don't know.
You have to be careful. You just have to talk to them a lot before. You have to make sure you meet in open spaces. You have to make sure somebody always knows where you are.
Yeah.
And it doesn't even matter. Like, you can know them for a month and something can still happen.
True.
You know, you can meet a guy at the liquor store and something happen.
True.
So it's just, you got to be smart in anything you do, anywhere, and no matter how you meet a person. True. You know, Alyssa was actually saying that, like, oh, Annie needs to start dating. Why don't you start dating? I'm like, it's too early. She needs time.
Yeah.
No, that's how you do it. You just get over it. You just keep, you know, just go. And I'm like, yeah, no.
Some people.
Yeah, but that's not really the healthy way. It's a distraction more than handling your business and, you know, figuring out what the issue is, whatever issue you may have.
Well, right, because if I don't heal myself, what kind of person am I going to get? The same one I had.
Right.
Like, I have to heal. And
absolutely.
Like, I have a lot of work to do on myself. To me, a conclusion I've come to is really, like, unless you've been working on yourself and know who you are and know you have a lot to offer someone else, there's no reason for you to go looking.
Right.
Like, because, like Jay Shetty says, like, you need to learn how to love yourself first, and then you will never accept anything less than how you love yourself from someone else. Like, I need to show myself what it's like to feel loved. Yeah, for sure. And then expect nothing less. And I have work to do. Like, and I know another person isn't gonna fix any of it. No, like, absolutely not. Or save me from anything. Like something I hate to hear, you know, but it's true, is no one's coming to save you. Yeah. Like, I've heard that on these channels. Like, no one is coming to save you and ride off on a white horse. Like, like us as kids growing up with, you know, Disney and everything, it's always about the princess being rescued by the prince. You know, she had a fucked up life, and then he's here, and then they live happily ever after. Yeah. And
you need to watch the new generation of Disney movies.
Yeah, I do. Well, like, they said they're gonna remake Snow White, and it's not gonna be the same story.
Good. But I mean, if you watch a lot of these Disney shows now,
they're not the same tone.
It's such a different tone. It's not the prince and the princess anymore. It's the princess going and figuring it out and, you know, accomplishing something. You know, it's so much better than it was back in the day. Yeah. Yeah. You know. But
growing up with that kind of mentality, you know,
definitely,
it's no wonder, you know, kind of. Yeah. But yeah, I know there's someone out there for me who's gonna love me the right way. I just need to figure out what that is.
True. You need to learn what you want and what you will accept in a relationship.
Yeah. And I need to practice boundaries, not only setting them, but enforcing them. Because setting them is the easiest thing. Yeah. Enforcing them, and when people test them, standing up and saying no.
Right.
Like one of the videos I just watched the other day, he says, say you set a boundary with someone you're dating and you tell them, I don't take calls after 9 p.m. I have work the next day. I get my night routine on. That's it. He said they might try to call you at 9:10. Are you going to answer them?
Right.
If you do, because you want like the attention,
Right.
you want that conversation, it's exciting, whatever reason, you let them, and then they call you at 9:15 or 9:30 the next time,
And they're
you
mad
let
when you
them.
don't answer.
Or yes, you let them, or they're mad when you don't let
Right.
them. It's like you can't once you let them pass that 9 p.m., you showed that you're willing to
break your own boundary.
And that's great for them, because then they're like, oh, well, shit, any boundaries you have, I could probably break them.
Right.
You know?
I have a story. One of my daughters had an issue with another daughter.
Mm-hmm.
And they were at one of the daughter's house. And they kind of had an issue. And something was said.
Mm-hmm.
And the daughter whose house they were at didn't like what she said. So she got up and she picked up the other sister's bags, grabbed them, opened the door, put them on the porch and said, it's time for you to leave now. It did not fight, did not argue, nothing. And said, you need to go. You're not welcome here. Can I just tell you how proud I was of that growth? Because a couple years ago even, or a year ago, that could have turned into a huge yelling, screaming, fighting match. And she was like, Mom, I've never had somebody leave my house like that. She's like, but I was not going to tolerate what was said. And I was like, I'm so proud of you for not losing it and screaming and behaving the way that, you know, our family has done in the past. You know, like I'm the same way. I'm not yelling and fighting and screaming anymore.
Right.
I'm not doing it. I don't behave that way. I don't argue. There's absolutely no reason I'm going to fight with somebody. You know, talk about it, deal with it. But if not, talk to you later.
Right.
I'm not living like that.
And I'm learning that too. Like, you can't convince someone of your side. Like, if you just have to stand firm in yours, and action is much better than any words. Like, you can argue with someone for an hour over something, but you could have walked out, 55 minutes ago and said, you know what, we're going to just disagree on this. Because it's so much energy lost, really, at the end of the day.
I had a daughter who I had problems with, and every time we would have an argument or something would happen, then she would come back, I'm so sorry, Mom. I'm like, but when you keep doing it, you're not sorry.
Right.
You know, you're putting your needs and your frustration ahead of how you feel about me when you take it out on me. You know, and so it took a long time for that to sink in, and I think it's just a lot of it's age. They need to grow up and learn how to control themselves and stuff. But yeah, I'm not going to be anybody's punching bag. I've been there, done that. I had that job, quit. Right. And I'm not going to get rehired. Right. Not putting in another application.
You learned it wasn't for you.
So.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. I'm so much more about and two, people need to be consistent, because truth is consistent. Yes. Lies are not.
Absolutely.
So much of my relationship, I just listened to the words, but didn't pay attention to the actions. And if I was reading the actions, that told me everything I needed to know. But I was just, I was letting the words affect my emotion, when my logic should have been paying attention to the actions.
Absolutely.
So in all of my relationships, consistency and consistency is key, because the truth is consistency. Like people can fake being someone else for only so long. And eventually they're not going to be able to be consistent. With that.
Something that's not your true nature, you can't keep it up for very long.
And that's why I think people should be together for way more than 6 months before they get married. Or any small, I mean, everyone has their own way, but I'm like, how do you really know that person? But
no, how you really know them is when you live with them.
Yeah, true. Because then
you can date for 6 months and you don't know that person at all because they're putting on a show for you every night when you go to dinner or whatever, right? When you live with someone,
all their habits,
you see
how
it,
they
live. And then if they want to sneak away or they're on the phone in the bathroom, like you catch all the little things.
Yeah.
You don't always react the way you should, or you do the right thing. But my point is when you know better, you do better. So now that you know better, you're gonna notice all those little things. If homeboy always has his phone upside down, if he always takes it to the bathroom, you know,
if he charges it overnight in another room.
Exactly.
Yeah. If there's a bunch of charging cords that don't belong to his phone.
There you go.
What's all this for?
Exactly.
A secret phone?
I know. Oh, God.
Like, Jesus. Sorry, but anyway.
All right, well, do we have a joke?
A yoke? I'm sure I have some. If you think that your microwave collecting data and the TV spying on you is bad enough, the vacuum cleaner has been gathering dirt on you for years.
I like that one.
What do you call the sexuality where you're attracted to men and women, but neither are attracted to you?
Sad.
By yourself.
That's a good one. By yourself. I'm bisexual, meaning I'm by myself.
The guy goes to the doctor's office and says, "Doctor, I've been bitten by a wolf." And they say, "Where?" And he says, "No, just a normal one."
Oh. Werewolf.
All right.
Good job, Kel. Good job.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, crafters. Thanks for hanging out with us. I know this was a doozy.
Until next time.
Bye.
Bye.